Free.
I don't know if all the downforce is going to be the option. We'll figure it out and make adjustments as we go.
They're ready for the on. Watch for the green. And it's go, go, go. This is the critical time now. Superlative. That's moved him up a place. He's got cleanly away. That's taken him up a position. That's powerful acceleration there. Brilliant! That's taken him up a position. 13th, Martin Brundle.
Okay, let me... I don't know how many laps we're in for, so... So it's going to be like 30 laps.
14th, Nigel Mansell. 15th, Olivier Panis. That was almost certainly a collision there. Look at that! He's definitely gaining. It's not enough to be lucky. You've got to be good. And he is that. That was almost certainly a collision there.
Shoot!
Race order. Damon Hill. Michael Schumacher. David Coulthard. Gerhard Berger. It's Mansell. He's been overtaken.
That ain't good.
And the gap is closing. That's moved him up a place. Oh my word! I'm sure there was contact there. 16th, Taki Inoue. 17th, Nigel Mansell. 18th, Pierluigi Martini. He forces his way through. This will really help the team in this year's Constructors' Championship. He's closing the gap. You can see visually just how small the gap is. Oh no! Superb! He forces his way through.
We're going to kind of need downforce till we suddenly don't. I might bring it back because I don't think we need
He's
full
definitely gaining.
downforce.
Race order. Damon Hill. Michael Schumacher. David Coulthard. Gerhard Berger.
We're flying too close to the sun.
Yes, the beauty of this race is that it's totally unpredictable. 15, Nigel Mansell. 16, Massimiliano Papis. He's a bit off the pace there.
A bit.
Wait a minute. Spectacular overtaking there.
I don't know how he pulled that one off.
And the gap is closing. Race order. Damon Hill, Michael Schumacher, David Coulthard, Gerhard Berger. That's moved him up a place.
Yeah.
He's definitely gaining. They're really right on the edge, pushing it to the limit all the time. Olivier Panis. 13, Nigel Mansell. 14, Ukyo Katayama. Hang on! I'm sure there was contact there. What's happened? Ouch! Spectacular overtaking there.
Need to make a mental note of where the pit lane is.
Look at this! Look at this! Race order. Damon Hill, Michael Schumacher, David Coulthard, Gerhard Berger.
They're just overtaking each other is making it harder for me.
He's a bit off the pace there. Yes, the beauty of this race is that it's totally unpredictable. Superlative! 10th, Jean-Christophe Bouillon. He's definitely gaining.
This pit entry, which I need to remember.
He forces his way through. Oh dear, oh dear. It's Barrichello. The gap is closing. Look at that! Race order. Damon Hill, David Coulthard, Michael Schumacher, Gerhard Berger. He really loves these kind of conditions. The gap is growing.
Need to stop them from getting ideas.
Rubens Barrichello. He's closing the gap. 9th, Nigel Mansell. 10th, Mika Hakkinen. Spectacular overtaking there. And the gap is closing. Pushing it to the limit all the time. Race order: Damon Hill, David Coulthard, Michael Schumacher, Gerhard Berger. He's closing the gap. He's definitely gaining. 7th, Eddie Irvine. There was definitely contact between the two cars. 8th, Nigel Mansell. 9th, Mika Hakkinen. The gap is increasing.
I think I pull the arrow back 1.
He really loves these kind of conditions.
Although, I don't think I need to.
Spectacular overtaking there. Race order: Damon Hill, David Coulthard, Michael Schumacher, Gerhard Berger.
Those early corners we can hit really fast with the arrow. With the way we have it. Very handy.
Nigel Mansell. 8th, Eddie Irvine. The gap is increasing.
I just have trouble with this.
He really loves these kind of conditions.
I don't have to really slow down though. Probably the arrow being the size, overtaking actually is pretty difficult.
Gaining. Race order: Damon Hill, David Coulthard, Gerhard Berger, Michael Schumacher.
That's pretty emphatic.
He's closing the gap. Race order. Damon Hill, David Coulthard, Gerhard Berger, Johnny Herbert. Oh my word! This young man really is a superlative driver.
We're finding time.
That was almost certainly a collision there. He forces his way through. He's hard on the accelerator. And he's gained a lot of time there. Race order. Damon Hill, David Coulthard, Gerhard Berger, Nigel Mansell.
Benetton has speed. They're probably running less aero than me.
This young man really is a superlative driver. Wait a minute! He's been overtaken. He forces his way through.
We might need less aero. I might drop down to level 4. Because going 2 levels might end up being too extreme.
Race order. Damon Hill,
You risk
David
dropping it too
Coulthard,
much,
Gerhard
maybe.
Berger, Nigel Mansell. Hang on! Incredible! Spectacular overtaking there. He's definitely gaining. That's moved him up a place. And he's gained a lot
Yeah, I
of
think we got to
time there.
138. Probably hurting ourselves a little too much on the back end.
What a fascinating season this is turning out to be. And the gap is closing. Race order. Damon Hill, Nigel Mansell, David Coulthard, Gerhard Berger. He's closing the gap. He's gained a lot of time there. He really loves these kind of conditions. The gap is closing. I'm sure there was contact there. Race order. Nigel Mansell, Damon Hill, Gerhard Berger, David Coulthard.
Don't know what lap. 16. So this is halfway. When we make this change, it might ruin our race pace.
He must be shedding buckets of adrenaline in that car.
Just gotta have faith. Where's pit lane?
He's lost a place. There was definitely contact between
Pit lane isn't there? I thought for sure pit lane was there.
Mansell! He's been overtaken.
Where is pit
Race
lane?
order. Damon Hill, Gerhard Berger, David Coulthard,
Here. Okay.
Johnny Herbert.
Jesus Christ. They should have lines where they do, but whatever. Making it look like it's...
Spectacular overtaking there. That looks to me like it must be some kind of problem. That's putting down a place. That's a slow one.
We reduced aero a little bit, and I'm hoping it will make us faster overall. That will make us like less overtakeable on the high
11,
speed, the more high speed
Nigel
stuff.
Mansell. 12, Jean-Christophe Bouillon. The gap is increasing.
We get like the cornering speed on high speed that we need. What it might be is that we're just getting way more than we need.
Race order: David Coulthard, Gerhard Berger, Johnny Herbert, Eddie Irvine. And he's gained a lot of time there. They're really right on the edge, pushing it to the limit all the time.
That's alright.
That's taken him up a position. Oh my word! I'm sure there was contact there.
Is this 4 position?
8. Mika Salo. 9. Nigel Mansell.
Looks like it is.
10.
How you doing, AJB?
Christophe Bouillon.
You're a little later than I anticipated.
He's closing the gap. The sun is out and the weather is fine.
Well, you are here, so... I won France. It was kind of messy, but I won.
Race order: David Coulthard, Johnny Herbert, Gerhard Berger, Mika Häkkinen.
We're good? I didn't know where pit lane was for this track.
Is a superlative driver.
That kind of drove me a little nuts.
He's a bit off the pace there. Brilliant! He forces his way through.
We're in the points.
And if he can keep his place, he'll finish in the points. Oh no!
Oh my god, he was like a
He's
backwards
done it.
missile.
It's Mansell. He's hit the barrier. He's lost a place. 7. Nigel Mansell. 8.
That
Gerhard
irritates
Berger.
me. What can we do? We can't really do anything. You end up in their line, that's what happens. They don't give you room.
That's powerful acceleration there.
You should get racing room, but in these older games you don't. I just barely didn't get the speed to go up to get clean by.
This will really help the team in this year's Constructors' Championship. Race order: David Coulthard, Johnny Herbert, Olivier Panis, Jean Alesi. That was almost certainly a
Let's take it
collision
there.
there. He's up into the points now.
Shit. Went too far inside.
Hang on! I'm sure there was contact there. He's a bit off the pace there.
I won France. Didn't quite end up like the fastest lap, but we were kind of a second or less under fastest lap.
He must be shedding buckets of adrenaline in that car.
And pretty consistent, so that was good.
Race order. David Coulthard, Johnny Herbert, Olivier Panis, Jean Alesi.
I don't think I've ever done this well at Silverstone before. I never really, I think, experimented with the correct downforce settings here either.
And he's gained a lot of time there.
Shit. There we go, we got
Taking it
that
up a position.
back. Pieces of shit. Back markers are tricky because they just get in the way. At this downforce level, I might be able to challenge fastest lap. The issue right now is I just can't get a clean lap.
What a fascinating season this is turning out to be.
Are we going backwards on Silverstone?
Race order. David Coulthard,
Because
Johnny
it kind of
Herbert,
feels like we
Jean
are.
Alesi, Olivier Panis. There was definitely contact between the two
It's
cars.
familiar but different, and I
What's
can't really put my finger on why it feels different. Start has moved. Pretty sure this is lap traffic, so it's just pissing me off.
This young man really is a superlative driver. I'm sure there was contact there. That's moved him up a place.
Oh, that was for position. I thought that was a back marker, but it wasn't. Yeah, instead of things are a little bit different, and it's weirding me
And he's
out.
gained a lot of time there. Race order. David Coulthard, Johnny Herbert, Jean Alesi, Nigel Mansell.
Ooh, we gotta run.
And the gap is closing.
Yeah, this is
Superb.
Maggots and
That's
Beckett's,
taking
isn't it?
Up a position.
So the start line is in a completely different place.
They're really right on the edge, pushing it to the limit all the time.
Lap car actually works for me there.
Time there.
This is the back straight feed into Maggots and Beckett's is different. Seems like it doesn't exist.
gap is closing. Race order: David Coulthard, Johnny Herbert, Nigel Mansell, Jean Alesi. He's closing the gap. This will really help the team in this year's Constructors' Championship.
And now I have like my first real crack at a lap here, with no cars in the way.
He's definitely gaining.
Let's see what we're capable of. Seems to me like what the AI's average lap time is just not great.
And the gap is closing. Yes, the beauty of this race is that it's totally unpredictable. Race order: David Coulthard, Johnny Herbert, Nigel Mansell, Jean Alesi. He's definitely gaining.
Shit.
Oh no!
I got blocked. Alright, that gets...
Spectacular overtaking
takes
there.
care of the Williams, and now we just have to try to run down the Benetton. I don't even know if we ran down the fastest lap. Ooh, nice, we got a run. Now I can try to fly away.
He really loves these kind of conditions. There was definitely contact between the two cars. Wait a minute.
That was a lap car.
Race order: Nigel Mansell, Johnny Herbert, David Coulthard,
Pretty sure it
Jean
was.
Alesi.
That was really hot going in. $40, $50.
He really loves these kind of conditions.
And we just cracked it by 8/10. So we were just fucking
Race
fast.
order: Nigel Mansell, Alesi, Johnny Herbert, David Coulthard. I'm sure there was contact there.
So basically they did like their fastest as a one-off and our average is just way, way higher. The only thing was at the starting downforce, which was maxed, I couldn't really touch the AI's fastest lap. But my overall pace was pretty consistent.
Yes, the beauty of this race is that it's totally unpredictable.
It does shock me that the AI actually isn't that quick. Or that I'm actually quicker, because this is... Back in the day, I actually struggled with this one. This is the first time I've done it with... while actually bothering to, like, modify the downforces, though.
Race order: Nigel Mansell, Jean Alesi, Johnny Herbert, David Coulthard.
There's burning rubber.
Pedal to the metal, flat out.
Yeah, I think if you drop down to the third downforce level, then you don't get enough to, like, make these corners anymore. At, like, optimal speeds.
This young man really is a superlative driver.
On our second stint, we couldn't touch the fastest lap, but we didn't get a clean lap, and as soon as we did, we just crushed it. Four, five, six. It's like a 37. Mansell's old. But Murray refers to everyone as a young driver. It's his paradox. It's Murray's thing. They're all young men.
Nigel Mansell, Jean Alesi, Johnny Herbert, David Coulthard.
Shit. I took that one too hot that time. It's mostly because I don't know this track by heart.
Fascinating season this is turning out to be.
Even people older than him. It's the Murray Walker paradox.
What's happened?
I need this Jordan to get the hell out of my way.
Between the two cars. It's the penultimate lap.
I just cheat a little bit because they don't move over in this game, and that Jordan in particular is fast enough to really slow me down. It's hard enough to legitimately lap.
Race order. Nigel Mansell, Jean Alesi, Johnny Herbert, David Coulthard. Yes, the beauty of this race is that it's totally unpredictable.
Alesi is actually 9 seconds behind.
Only one more lap to go. He's hard on the accelerator.
Relatively heavy braking zone.
Really is a superlative driver. Race order. Nigel Mansell, Jean Alesi, Johnny Herbert, David Coulthard.
Now, the front sector we gained like 3, and then the back sector we give up like 3. It's really weird.
And there is the chicken flag.
Alesi finishes 8 seconds behind. Weird. Nobody else was even close. Michael probably just pit in a loop. Constructors 2 up.